Good morning. Today we'll be introducing the first intelligence report from the Long Island AI Academy, primarily focused on comparing the top 6 LLM models in use today around the world. In today's training, we're going to compare the top 6 AI LLM models available right now, breaking down the strengths, the limitations, and the real-world situations where each one earns its place in your toolkit. And by the end of today's video, you'll have a clear, consolidated picture of what each model does best and what to watch out for. Let's get into it. We're looking at 6 models today, each one representing a different slice of the AI market. We're going to look at GPT-5 from OpenAI, Gemini 3 Pro from Google, Claude Opus 4 from Anthropic, Llama 4 from Meta, DeepSeek V3, and Perplexity AI. Together, these 6 cover the full spectrum, from premium closed-source leaders to open-weight models you can run yourself, to specialized tools built for specific jobs. For each of these 6 LLMs, we'll cover a quick synopsis, the pros and cons for each of these tools. First up is GPT-5 from OpenAI. This is the model powering ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, and it remains the most widely deployed AI model in the world. What makes GPT-5 stand out is its ecosystem. The sheer number of integrations, plugins, and third-party tools built on top of GPT-5 is unmatched. It's also fully multimodal, which means it handles text, images, and audio in one single system. And its coding benchmarks are consistently strong. There are some trade-offs. GPT-5 is quite expensive at scale, and the API costs climb fast when you're running high volumes. And because it's proprietary, which means fully closed, there's no option to self-host. So you're all in on OpenAI's infrastructure. GPT-5 is really best for teams and developers who want the widest compatibility and the deepest plugin ecosystem. And the second model we're going to look at today is Gemini 3 Pro from Google DeepMind. Right now, this is the top-ranked model in the LLM arena. The human preference leaderboard that puts AI models against each other in blind comparisons. The headline feature here is its 1 million token context window. That means it can process an entire book or a year's worth of business documents in a single conversation. For document-heavy workflows, nothing comes even close. There are some concerns. One is privacy. As a Google product, your data lives inside Google's infrastructure, which matters if you're working with sensitive enterprise information. Availability can also be inconsistent outside of Google's own ecosystem. So Gemini 3 Pro is really best for anyone working with large, complex documents or deeply embedded within the Google workspace. Now we're moving to model number 3, which happens to be my personal favorite. This is Claude Opus 4 from Anthropic. This is the LLM model that enterprise teams are actually spending the most money on in 2026, and for good reason. Claude happens to lead the SWE bench, and that is a software engineering benchmark, really the gold standard for evaluating LLMs on real-world software engineering tasks. If you're giving Claude complex, ambiguous, multi-file coding problems, it actually performs better than anything else in the market. It's also built on Anthropic's constitutional AI principles, which means it's designed from the ground up to be safer and more predictable for high-stakes use. There are some downsides, of course. It carries the highest price point of any of the 6 LLMs we're reviewing today. $5 per million input tokens, or $25 per million output. And it can occasionally be a bit overcautious, declining things other models handle without hesitation. So Claude Opus 4 is really the best for enterprise coding, complex reasoning, and compliance-sensitive environments. Claude Opus 4 is the most strategic, deep-thinking partner I've employed out of the options of LLMs today. Now we're moving on to model number 4, which is Llama 4 from Meta. This LLM is fundamentally different from everything else on this list, primarily because it's open weight. That means you can download it, you can run it yourself, you can fine-tune it and adjust it, and you can do all of that for free. That's a massive advantage for organizations that need complete data privacy. No API calls, no data leaving. Llama 4 is also the backbone of the open source AI community, with thousands and thousands of customized variants built on top of it. But the trade-off is real, though. Running Llama will require meaningful infrastructure and machine learning expertise. And on raw benchmark performance, it still trails the top proprietary models. So as of today, Llama 4 is the best for organizations with very strong technical teams who need full control over their entire AI stack and API calls. And now we're moving on to model number 5, which is DeepSeek version 3 from DeepSeek AI. This was the major market disruptor of 2025, and it's still turning heads in 2026. And the reason is really quite simple. DeepSeek delivers 70 to 90% of frontier model quality at roughly 5% of the cost. If you're running high volume AI workflows like thousands or even millions of API calls, DeepSeek can cut your costs dramatically. It's also open weight like Llama 4, giving the option to self-host alongside with low-cost API calls. But here's the critical caveat. DeepSeek is a Chinese-operated service, which raises some data sovereignty concerns for businesses handling sensitive or regulated information. Its agentic tool use capabilities also lag a bit behind GPT-5 and also Claude Opus 4. But as of today, in the perspective of the Long Island AI Academy, DeepSeek v3 is the best for high-volume, cost-sensitive workloads where data sensitivity is really low. And our final LLM model today, model number 6, is Perplexity AI. And this is the most specialized LLM of the group. Perplexity isn't trying to be a general-purpose large language model. It's actually trying to redefine what AI-powered search looks like. Every answer that Perplexity provides is grounded in real-time web retrieval, with all citations and references attached. That means dramatically fewer hallucinations for research and fact-finding tasks. And the numbers actually back it up. Perplexity is the fastest growing consumer AI tool in 2026 so far, pulling users away from traditional search engines. But get an idea of what limits are pulled into Perplexity AI. It's not a coding tool. It's not a creative writing tool. It's not a reasoning engine. The quality of the answers from Perplexity AI depend entirely on what's indexed on the web already. So if the information doesn't exist online, neither does an answer within Perplexity AI. This tool is really best for research, fact-checking, and staying current with fast-moving topics or trends. Personally, I'm using Perplexity AI to replace Google and any other tools from the web that I typically have used to search in the past. Before we close out today, here's your quick snapshot. All 6 LLM models on one screen. For GPT-5 from OpenAI, this is the broadest ecosystem, multimodal, and best-in-class integrations. API only, and it can get a little bit expensive at scale. The second tool we looked at today was Gemini 3 Pro. There's a 1 million token context, but this is the top human preference LLM in the world today. There are some privacy trade-offs, and it's most successful when you're operating within the Google ecosystem. The third LLM we reviewed today, which is my personal favorite, is Claude Opus 4 from Anthropic. This is really the best for complex coding and enterprise safety. It is a little bit pricey as the most expensive LLM today, and it's occasionally a little bit more conservative. So something to look into before deploying it. And the fourth option we reviewed today was Llama 4 from Meta. This is completely free and open weight. It's the total data privacy tool for your own hardware on your own system. It does need some technical investment and understanding, so Llama 4 can be a little complex. The fifth option we reviewed today was DeepSeek v3. And this can be as much as 95% cheaper than other premium models. Data sovereignty risk for sensitive work can be a challenge since this is launched and operated by a Chinese company. And the last LLM model we reviewed today was Perplexity AI. This essentially is the best AI tool to replace traditional search options like Google, for example. So I would suggest you screenshot this, save it, share it with your team. It's a really good snapshot reference card for navigating the AI LLM landscape in 2026. Thanks for watching today. Long Island AI Academy. Strong, professional, and superior.